I know this can feel a bit overwhelming. I get it. I hear every single day. I talk to people who are like, where do I start? Where you start is just choose a few things at a time and start with the staple items. You don't have to go throwing everything away in your home all at once. I mean, you can if you want to, but I usually recommend just taking a step back, swap out a few things at a time, and then carry on to the next category or the next group. Are you struggling with low energy, weight gain, hormonal imbalances, or heavy metal and mold toxicity? Do you want to learn more about anti-aging tips and creating more longevity in your life? Well, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Jen Heller, a wellness educator, infrared sauna expert, and home health consultant. In this podcast, Homes That Heal, I will teach you how to transform your home into a health and wellness sanctuary. Your health is your wealth, and I believe that your home should be your sanctuary space, loaded with the tools you need to thrive in your life, not just survive. If you want to feel fantastic and transform your life and home, grab a pen, let's dive in and create a home that heals. Hey friends, Jen here. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to Homes That Heal. I hope you've been thoroughly enjoying the solo Jen home wellness episodes over the last few weeks while I take a little spring break from guest shows and recalibrate and recharge my body batteries. It's been really fun to dig into the checklist, and I hope you're finding these shows useful too. So if you're new to the show, though, and not sure what I'm talking about, first, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. But also, feel free to go back to episode 39, where I kick off the Jen Solo series that's centered around the home wellness checklist. Also, if you haven't done so already, hop on over to the jenhellerlifestyle.com site and download your free checklist guide. It's pretty much the guiding roadmap I created for you and honestly how I created Heller Haven, our home that Mark and I thoroughly enjoy. Also note, all of the products I talk about can be found on my site under the Jen Recommends page. That area is basically a resource guide loaded with all my favorite products, tips, tools, and things. Okay, so today we're going to dig into the importance of using non-toxic products and why many of the old school brands should find their way right to the trashola. No jokes. Most of them should be in the garbage. So let's get started. First, cleaning products. Why are these so important? So in a nutshell, I mean, this isn't rocket science. We touch, walk on, sleep on. We are in constant contact with pretty much all surfaces in our home. Anything on our skin is in our bloodstream within seconds. No joke. So you want to be really sure what you're cleaning with, plus touching afterwards, that it's not loaded with what we call endocrine disruptors and chemicals that can cause harm to our health. So if you think about it, those chemicals aren't just meant to kill the bacteria on your kitchen countertop. They can also cause serious problems and kill good bacteria in our bodies. So keep in mind also, our bare feet have the largest pores in our body. So if we're walking around barefoot on the floors, whatever we come in contact with, that is a direct line basically straight into the body. So this also goes for kiddos. I'm sure that this goes without saying, but I like to just mention it too. So they're playing, crawling, walking on the floors, soaking in the bathtub, hands all over surfaces and countertops. Then they're probably putting their hands in their mouth. I don't have children, but I know many that do. And so pretty much they are also in constant contact. So it's important to note that whatever you're using to clean those surfaces is a direct link ingested into their little bodies. Also want to note, this also goes for our fur babies. They don't just walk around on the floors and furniture. They also spend the better part of their day licking, cleaning, and washing their paws with their mouth. So they're literally ingesting what you use to clean your floors and countertops. This was a new concept to Mark, actually. I grew up with cats. I've had cats my whole life. We've also had some dogs along the way, but I pretty much have always had cats. And so when we got cats, he didn't understand like why I was so picky in particular about cleaning products. And I'm like, well, just watch them. They're pretty much licking whatever they're walking on. They're basically eating it. So we have two cats, Janice and Jimmy. They run the house, but we love them to pieces. And animals are pretty much an extension of a family. So you want to be mindful to what you're exposing them to as well. It's very important for their health and priority. Side note, on that note, if you want to see any glamour shots of Janice and Jimmy, I know they catch a lot of praise, but they have a few fabulous pics on the jenhellerlifestyle.com site. Feel free to check that out. Jimmy is the sweet orange tabby cat, while Janice is the very obvious sassy calico. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier too. You can find all of these products on my site, but I want to mention for those taking notes, my favorite cleaners are Branch, Better Life, and On Guard Concentrate from doTERRA. Essential oils, in my opinion, are some of the most powerful cleaners and disinfectants on the planet. It's actually how I kept my wellness center and sauna studio so spick and span clean for many years. It's actually what I also use to clean my sauna. It's just a very powerful concentrate blend for those Young Living fans. It is going to be comparable to the Thieves. So it's just a beautiful blend of different essential oils. Fantastic for cleaning your home. It's basically multi-purpose. You can use it for floors, toilets, countertops, not all the same bucket, of course, but it's a fabulous way to keep your home clean, but it also smells fantastic. Again, those products are all on the home page of the Jen Recommends and will also be linked in the show notes. Okay, so second, I want to chat about soaps and shampoos and deodorants and basically health and beauty products, but this is a full-on topic. This could be one huge show, to be quite honest. We could dig deeper into it. That's not really what my intention was for this particular show. This is kind of just to give you a brief kind of overview and why it's important, but it's the same thing, you guys. What we put on our body is immediately absorbed in our skin and into our bloodstream. So let's be super mindful. Shampoos and conditioners. This goes directly on our scalp, directly on the brain. So this is a really important one. And I usually like to draw attention to this, not only just for the ladies, but mostly for the ladies. For hair coloring, if you're getting your hair colored, ask your stylist to use plant-based colors. There's so much more available now than there was even like 5-10 years ago. Plus, I think they smell better. No one needs a toxic chemical poured on their head. Plus, that smell and aroma is atrocious. So I have a couple non-toxic shampoos and conditioners that I've used over the years, currently using Giovanni. There are a few other really good ones out there too. So check with your stylist, check the Jen Recommends page. But like I said, I certainly don't house all of the options, but just check with where, just flip the bottle over, take a look at the ingredients. And if you have questions, check with your hairstylist or somebody that you trust the source within your circle. Here's also a fun fact. I'm so excited to mention this. I've had a lot of people ask me about this over the years. I probably should invite them on the show, and maybe I will at some point. But for those interested in restoring their gray hair back to its natural state, check out the company called Hairprint. It's no dyes, no chemicals, no kidding. This revolutionary product and company can honestly restore your hair back to its biological color. This is no joke. I saw it transform with my own eyes for both men and women. I was introduced to this company, gosh, like 15 years ago. I was at an event in, I think, Costa Mesa, California, one of the first health and wellness shows I'd ever been to. And I had the pleasure to meet and chat with the creator at the event. He's super sweet, also just brilliant. And if I didn't see this with my own eyes, I probably would be skeptical too, but I witnessed it and I was totally shocked and jaw dropped. No joke. I was there with Ashley Meyer actually, and we just couldn't believe it. It's just incredible. So if you're tired of covering up your gray and interested in this product, check it out. It is called Hairprint. And they have a variety of other products too. They've expanded over the years. So they have a number of different products like shampoos and different things as well. So you can check out their site and see if that speaks to you. Moving on to makeup, deodorant, soaps, and body washes. Again, this is a very broad overview today, but those things, makeup in particular, especially those that I don't wear a ton of makeup anymore. Honestly, I very rarely wear makeup. If I'm going out somewhere, I use a little bit, but for the most part, I just let my skin breathe. But deodorants, soaps, body washes, and even our shaving cream or shaving gel. Holy shite, peeps. Like when I looked at the label of my shaving gel years ago, I was so ticked off and blown away. It was totally loaded with terrible toxins. And for what reason, I have no clue. So please, please take a look at all your health and beauty products and consider switching out to more natural brands. If you have questions, again, check with resources and people in your circle that you trust. Good rule of thumb is if you're reading the label and you're not sure what it is or it's a million miles long, it's probably not the right thing. I mean, you literally can use, natural things like, gosh, I have a friend who uses coconut oil, like she makes her own shaving gel, and it's just so much easier than, buying these chemicals in a bottle. So anyways, I can go on a bit of a tangent. I'll save that for another day. I get asked this question a lot. What's my favorite facial cleanser and moisturizer? The brand I love and trust and have for years is called Wild Bloom, also on the Jen Recommend site. I absolutely love the Moisture Whip for my face, but I also, like I said, keep it pretty simple. I also enjoy good old-fashioned jojoba oil. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that's how I say it. I use that on my face and body, especially after a sauna session. So it's just very moisturizing, and our bodies just really, really absorb that natural oil. So that is kind of the wrap on beauty products. And next on my hit list is laundry soap. Laundry soap. I cannot tell you how many people I speak to on a weekly basis that tell me they discovered their laundry soap was the reason behind their allergies, their chemical sensitivity, or their migraine headaches, even something as serious as a migraine. Think about it. You lay your head down on the sheets, and if it's loaded with chemicals, you're just breathing that in. Your head is literally on it. No joke. This is the feedback I get every single day. So we sleep in sheets and we wear clothes all day long. So the soap that you wash them in is so super important. So make sure what you're using is not loaded with a ton of toxic garbage and could be contributing to your health issues. I know it's important to get things washed and clean. I actually know quite a few people that kind of have some anxiety in and around making sure that like stuff is actually getting clean versus not. I totally get it, but you can't do that at the expense of your health. Like these OxyCleans, these chemical sprays, these really, really harsh cleaners with crazy aromas and chemical laden aromas. Not ideal, not ideal. I'm a huge fan of unscented laundry soaps or just like natural essential oil, like a lavender or something. There are numerous, numerous non-toxic options on the market now. Again, way more than there ever were. Or you can do what did a few years ago, and I just started making my own. There are a ton of recipes, and I think it's like 3 ingredients actually to make your own. Of course, it's not gonna be fragrant, which was fine for me, but it's super simple and legit pennies on the dollar. I honestly don't make my own anymore. I had to pick my time battles, but Zoom or Eco are my fave. And so, in short, if you're dealing with a mystery issue or health issue, or you're just ready to elevate your home's air quality and environment, take a huge step back and really look at the areas of your life and home and even your work environment, anything that touches or surrounds you. I have no doubt there are probably some areas that we can clean up. The last thing I want to mention, but not going to dig too deep into this either, is our furniture and decor materials. So, for example, carpet, flooring, fabrics, countertops. Many of us are doing remodel projects or building a home, or just taking a closer look at the current house you're living in and wondering what's living in the carpet or what could be off-gassing. Choosing materials that aren't loaded with chemicals or in particular formaldehyde is really, really important. So nothing that you need to get super crazy about if you're not, in a remodel project. But I talk to people every day that are integrating saunas into a new home build or they're doing a remodel project. So that's a really good time to be mindful on areas at a time that you can start to kind of pick and choose different areas to improve. So just in general, because we're totally surrounded by those things and we're kind of basically breathing in a cocktail of all the things in our home, We want to be super mindful to help improve the air quality, which in turn will improve your health and sleep. So, one last little side note I want to share. If you're inspired to dig deeper into the importance of the cleaning products and how the cleanliness of your home can literally raise the energy and vibration, go back and check out episode 13 with Minay from Legacy Cleaning. Minay is such a bright light and beautiful energy herself. It is not shocking. She owns and operates one of the largest and most reputable cleaning companies in the Madison, Wisconsin area. Her life's mission is to help others see and feel their home as a sanctuary space. And we dug pretty deep into the many benefits of using non-toxic cleaning products and a couple other options and things that you can glean from that show. So okay, friends, that is a wrap this week on the importance of prioritizing non-toxic products. I know this can feel a bit overwhelming. I get it. I hear every single day. I talk to people who are like, where do I start? Where you start is just choose a few things at a time and start with the staple items. You don't have to go throwing everything away in your home all at once. I mean, you can if you want to, but I usually recommend just taking a step back, swap out a few things at a time, and then carry on to the next category or the next group. So overall, I hope this info inspired you today, maybe fired you up to some motivation to deep dive into your bathroom, laundry, or cleaning cabinet. As always, I'm grateful for you for tuning in and look forward to helping you create a home that heals. Cheers, my friends. I'll see you next week. Okay, friends and fellow wellness warriors, thanks for tuning in today. If this show was helpful and inspired you, please head over to Apple or Spotify to rate, review, subscribe, and follow us, as well as share it with your friends and family. It's a fantastic way to grow the show, expand my reach, and teach others how to create a vibrant life they love. If you're ready to invest in your health and purchase a Clear Light sauna, hop on over to jenhellerlifestyle.com and send me a note. Thanks again for tuning in. I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I thank you so much for your support. You are the reason I do this work. You are the reason I do this show, and you are the reason I get up every single day with a burning desire in my soul. Cheers to your health and happiness, my friends. We'll see you next week. This podcast is for general information purposes only and is not intended to be substituted for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you think you have a medical condition, consult your licensed physician.